It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Northern Monk Brewing Company, and this is a can of their Faith in Futures Tank Petrol Hazy IPA coming in at 6% ABV. There's a look at the 440 milliliter can. Looks very good. I think I've had a tank petrol before where you used to be able to kind of peel the labels back and there would be something underneath it. It was a wonderful thing. I really enjoyed that from Northern Monk. I never knew. I think I drank about 3 cans of Northern Monk beer before I realised, before people told me actually, that you could peel the labels back. And I was like, whoa, it's like a story. So it would all unfold and you'd read it. I'm pretty sure the original tank petrol beer used to be able to peel a label back and have a read of a story on the can, which I thought was fantastic. This is a 6% ABV IPA that has recently launched into Tesco. I've just done a comparison video. No, it's not a comparison video, but I just did an explanation as to why I reviewed the 6.5% ABV Northern Monk Heretic beer, which also launched into Tesco, before I reviewed this one. So if you want to have a look at the Heretic video, that should be up by now on YouTube. Have a look. Let's get this out into a glass and see what we get. Oh my neck. He's blowing a gale out there today. Blowing an absolute gale. So this looks very different. Very quickly, the reason why I reviewed the Heretic beer first, even though it was 6.5% ABV, it was higher ABV, alcohol by volume, by 0.5%. Normally, if it was 2 hazy IPAs, I would review the 6% one first, then the 6.5% one later on. But I looked at the price. This is £4. This beer is £4. The Heretic, even though it was higher ABV, was £3.50. So that led me to believe that, 50 pence a can is massive. Massive. If you think about a pint of milk, if a pint of milk went from, what's a pint of milk now, 60p? If you could buy a standard pint of milk for 60p, and then they had another pint of milk for 75p, and it was like one of those kind of, it was that kind of like double cream milk. Oh, wonderful. Where is it from? Jersey milk. Then you could see the difference between the two milks, wouldn't you? And then you would make that choice between whether you wanted the 75 pence milk or the 60 pence milk. But you know that by paying that extra 15 pence per bottle, that you know you would be getting a far better pint of milk. So that's the reason. Very similar thing in a supermarket. You're buying the 2 beers, you're bringing them home, you're just about to kind of drink one over the other, and you're like, oh, hang on a minute, this is 50 pence more. That margin in beer, I know, being in the industry, is massive. Massive. I've been at beer festivals before where I was in Ludlow, the SIBA Ludlow event, and there was one brewery looking at another brewery's bottles, both brown bottles. One brewery chose to put the little sleeve on the neck, you know, the little plastic kind of, they're like a heat sealed sleeve that goes over the top of the neck of the bottle. And the conversation was, that costs 1 pence. 1 pence to put on every single, on each bottle. So it's individually 1 pence per bottle. And I remember when the one brewer said to the other brewer that they were paying 1 pence more to have this sleeve, the reaction of the other brewer was, ooh, that's 1 penny. 1 penny. And the reaction was, so if you bear in mind one beer was £3.50, higher ABV, and this is 50 pence more at £4, and it's only 6% ABV, then there's got to be a massive difference. There's got to be a huge difference in the beers, and it's the reason why I've chosen to review the lower ABV beer, the Tank Petrol, last, or after the Heretic from Northern Monk. Both hazy IPAs. So with that out of the way, we've got a one. Some of you might be like, what is he banging on about? But I hope you understand. I hope you kind of understood where I've just got taken this review. We got a one finger whitehead, good levels of carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. It's straw hazy coloured beer. It looks fantastic. This looks bottle shop quality craft beer. Let's get the aroma. There's no sediment in the bottom of the glass. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, another level. Another level from the Heretic. Straight away. You're picking up an oaty creaminess straight away. You might get that kind of passion fruit, that little bit of grapefruit coming through, which is wonderful. But you're getting more of a malt body. More of a slight breadiness, a slight waffle, a slight wafer-like hot malt coming through, but with a load of creamy, rich oats. And that's I reckon, before I've even tasted this beer, I think that's the difference between the two beers. One is £3.50. It's not been brewed with that many oats. There might be some oats in there. This is £4, 50 pence a can more, but you can smell the oats. You can smell that wheat. It's a much better grist. It's a much better malt build coming through, even in the aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, another level. This is another level of beer. This is wonderful. Stone the crows. Stone the crows. If you haven't seen the Northern Monk Heretic Hazy IPA video, please take a look at it. I kind of described it as if this was a blind taste test. This could be from Tiny Rebel, this could be from Magic Rock, this could be from North Brewing Company. It's like a generic, it was like a generic hazy IPA, which is fine, drinkable, lovely enough. But this is another level completely. This is rich, creamy, oaty, wheaty, waffle, wafer wonderfulness. And when that creaminess kind of abates, when that kind of drops down a bit, then you pick up that wonderful tropical flavour from the hops. And there's some sliced grapefruits in there. There's some tangerine, there's some orange peel, there's a little bit of peppery spiciness on the back end, a little bit of bitterness. This is bottle shop craft beer at supermarket prices. So you may, if you bought this in a bottle shop, you might pay £6 a can, £5, £6 a can. Buying it in Tesco, of course, they brewed a bigger batch. They're able to kind of, what's the word? They're able to send it to more places, and they're able to brew bigger batches of it, so they're able to produce it cheaply. Northern Monk can probably do deals with the hop farmers, saying, hey, we've struck a deal with Tesco and we need to brew this massive batch of Tank Petrol. Or they've gone to the maltsters and they said, hey, we need to order like 10 times the amount of malt that we normally do. Can you do us a deal? Can you do us a deal on the malt? And then, you know, all of these things kind of factor into why this beer is £4 in Tesco and it might be £5 or £6 in a bottle shop. It's unfortunate though, isn't it? I mean, just touching on this briefly, it is slightly unfortunate now that the bottle shops, they seem to be suffering a bit now. They seem to be suffering. I've seen on Twitter, I've seen on like people talking about it on YouTube, where their local bottle shops have closed down, and it's a human aspect. Then it's a human cost, because you build up a relationship with your bottle shop owner. You might go in, say his name's Tom. Yeah, you might go in. Hi Tom, how's it going, mate? How's your week been? Tom might go, yeah, my week's been okay, and then he might talk about kind of like, oh, by the way, we've got an exclusive beer on this wonderful beer from Norfolk or Devon or they're wonderful brewers. We know them, we've met them. They're really good people. They brew some terrific beer, and you build up a really good relationship with your kind of bottle shop owner. You will never build that same relationship up with the person who puts the beer on the shelves in Tesco. They might know a little bit about beer, they might know a little bit about wine, but they don't know that. It will never be that kind of very similar kind of relationship that you build up with your bottle shop mate. And it's really sad, isn't it? It's really sad that there are bottle shops out there now that are really struggling. And if you are in a position to maybe swerve Tesco and still support your bottle shop, please do. But if we're in this whole cost of living thing, aren't we? If you're not in a position to support your bottle shop and you're down that avenue of buying craft beer in Tesco or Morrison's or Asda, then I totally understand that too. Understand that too. What I'm saying is that this is bottle shop beer at Tesco prices. It's wonderful. It's wonderful, wonderful liquid. This is high-end New England IPA. Hazy IPA, call it what you want. This is top-end stuff. It knocks the spots. It knocks the spots for me off that Heretic. The Heretic, it's okay. It's okay. But this Tank Petrol, it's another level. It's another level of beer. I like that. I really like that. It's top quality beer at supermarket prices. It's a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.